All right, so hi, welcome. This is Jody Wolfthal, Google for Education trainer. Today I'm going to talk about Google Drive, uh, particularly how it relates to Classroom. The question that I got today was whether or not I would suggest making Google Classrooms for each individual period or put all of my biology students together and then maybe all of my life science students together. So I would personally, all my classrooms are already set up period by period, so I'm going to keep them that way. Um, and honestly, I would choose to set them up that way as well. And this is the reason. You can see this folder right here is called Classroom. I did not make that folder. Google Drive actually made that folder for me as soon as I made a Google Classroom. So if you go into your Drive, which remember up here, those 9 tiles, no matter where you are, if you're in Google Classroom or Gmail or any other um, Google platform, you'll have those 9 tiles and you can toggle between apps. So if you just go to your Drive, you will have this classroom folder as well. So when you open it up, it's going to have every class that you've created or been a part of. And each class is going to have a folder. So that's what all these folders are. It's classes that I've either been a part of as a student or taught myself. So that's the first bit. So you can see these are my IB Bio classes that I teach this year. This is another class that I teach this year, Bio 1, Period 6. So those are my current classes. You could actually set up folders within here and basically archive your old classes, but I haven't done that, as you can see. They are also the original names of the classroom. So whatever you set up your classroom to have the title be originally, that's what these names are. However, you can change that if you needed to reflect exactly what the classroom said. So that's really simple. You would just right click on that. So if you're on a laptop, it might be 2 fingers on the pad to right click. If you're using a mouse, it's pretty simple. You're just going to right click. So that's going to give you this drop down menu. So I'm just going to go through all the options you do have. You can share a whole folder with somebody, which is really simple. You just hit share, and then you can type in whoever's name you need it to be shared with. Okay. You can get a shareable link. So maybe you don't actually want to add a collaborator on that. You just want to give them access. Or maybe you shared it with them and they declined it. So you just want to share the link. That's an easy way to do that as well. If you have a folder that you want to move somewhere else in your Drive, that's what this is going to do, move to. So when you click on that, you can actually choose to put it within another folder, or you can use this and back further out into your Drive and put it in a brand new place. I'm not going to do that. So that was just to show you guys. You can also add to starred. So what that does is it basically marks it as important, right? Gives it a little star. And then when you add that, you can just click on these over here, and any folder that you've starred is going to come up when you click that. So it won't, basically, it's just an easier way to get to it. So the few folders that I have starred are like my lesson plans because my administrator made it and shared it with me, my PLC documents, things like that, and the things that I basically use on an everyday basis. So those are the starred options. And then you get down to rename. So that's what I had been talking about. You can actually rename these if you need to, right? Biology, Period 6 is actually what it's called, I believe now. I think it even has my last name in it. If you needed to change it, you can definitely change that, and you can see it's immediately changed. So really simple, easy to rename it. And so again, the reason that I would keep all of my periods separate is because when you click on these individual classes, it actually gives everything you've ever assigned to that class. So my period 6 doesn't use computers very often. However, if I click into one of my IB classes, you can see I do give them a bunch of assignments. And these are all the assignments that I've given them. And then if you actually open them up, you will see all of the assignments, all of their personal assignments. So what's really fantastic about that is if they by accident delete it, or maybe they get switched into a new class and they X out of or remove themselves from your Google Classroom, they'll actually lose all of their work, but you won't. You'll still have access to all of their work that has been created through Google Classroom. So, and even if they don't turn it in, you still have access to it, which is really fantastic because then you can basically check their progress, right? So maybe they didn't actually turn it in, but you know that they probably did it. You saw them in class or whatever it is, you know that they worked on it. So this makes it really simple to then be able to check that because you have access to what they were supposed to do. So I'm just showing you that you can actually go in and look at your students' work. So that's really fantastic. Um, so it does this for them too. All of your students in their Google Drive also have a folder that is set up from Classroom that is linked to each and every class that they are enrolled in, and they have each classroom with all their assignments. And it's automatically shared with you. So that's really fantastic. That's why I really like it because it really organizes my student work as well. Um, it also makes it so that way if I need to get on there and do a video with them or maybe a review session with them, I have somewhere between 20 and 35 students as opposed to my entire class base, which would be close to 155. So that could be a little overwhelming if you were trying to do an actual video with that many students. So that's just my quick Google Drive with Classroom in mind. It is definitely easiest to use Google Drive and have it not feel overwhelming if your drive is organized. So, with the extra time that we have to plan for our virtual learning, I would definitely suggest organizing your drive in a way that works for you. You can see that I have a couple of these actually colored because it just makes it visually appealing for me. It's really simple to change the color. You just do that right click like I showed you or double click, and then you're just going to go to change color and pick a new color. Maybe you didn't like it, you decide you don't like that, you can just go back to that dark gray that they have all the other ones in. Um, so really, really simple, really easy way to kind of make things pop. You can see that I have my entire school year for 2020 in one folder, and then I have unit by unit, some things that I sponsor during, at school and things like that. I have every unit kind of laid out with the things that I've already made. So that's how I personally do it. It's totally up to you. Your drive is, supposed to support you and your students and the way that you teach and learn. So don't feel like you have to set it up any other way that anybody else does. I would just encourage you to find something that works for you. And don't be afraid to try something. And if it doesn't work, try something else a shot, find comfort in the flexibility that we actually have the time to be able to do this. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to shoot me an email, reach out to me. I am here for you because we are better together. All right. Have a great day.